just going to go ahead for day number 4. Tomorrow is the final day of our challenge, and today is a very important day, especially because today it is more about we all are facing over and over again, day in and day out. Many of you, when you have filled in the Google Forms, you have mentioned we do have some problem with sleep. We have sleep issues. Many of you have mentioned about sleep issues or the sleep patterns. We are going to talk about it today because we are really planning to take up a challenge wherein it is not only going to improve our sleep quality but also going to help us out to create that sleep quality or consistently have that sleep quality throughout. So if everyone is ready, can I get a thumbs that you are ready? Hello, madam. Let's go for the challenge. Let's not wait. Let's not wait. People will join in, but let's just go for the challenge. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs. Thank you so much. And now we are just going to go ahead with the people are still joining, but we are just going to go ahead with the timing. We still have 3 minutes. We still have 3 minutes. And in those 3 minutes, people are joining and we can just move forward. Just let me know. You can see my screen. You can see day number 4. Okay. Okay. I believe you all remember what you have filled in your Google Forms. Very quickly, we have still 2 minutes to start up the challenge. That's the reason I'm going to discuss about it a little bit. Many of you have mentioned we go to bed at night, but we are unable to fall asleep, probably immediately, or we go to sleep maybe around 12 or even at 1 at night or 2 at night, depending on your work schedule, study schedule, or overall habits that you have built on. So, today, in day number 4, we are really going to understand why do we have these kind of sleep patterns and they are somehow becoming our habit and the reason for our health issues. Okay, so here we go. Overthinking is one of the most important or highlighted cause for sleep related problems. Some of you might say, ma'am, come on, हमें तो मतलब ऐसे नींद आ ही जाती है या फिर हमें बहुत ज्यादा नींद आती है. Well, that is a wonderful thing that you are able to sleep. But mostly, most of the people are unable to rest, usually at night. Somehow, at night, what really happens that your brain becomes activated and you feel that, okay, I'm just awake. Let me do something. Let me do this. Let me do that. Please remember, our body is designed so that we can rest at night. Yes, it is true that some people they have the mindset that they can work at night. But night is created in such a manner that our body clock somehow reflects that energy as well. At night, our psychological mindset during that particular time, our emotions are the most sensitive. They are most sensitive. And because the emotions are so sensitive, we tend to get into the zone of overthinking. Just recall a event. याद करो कि शाम की वक्त पे किसी से बात करते हो आप and you're just having a conversation with them and something that they said somehow lingers in your mind throughout, maybe while you are having dinner, maybe while you're thinking, maybe while you're doing anything. And to get away from that thought, you get into the mobile phones, which is again a very, very normal significance. People tend to do that over and over again. But what really happens? What exactly happens? Let's try to understand that as well. What happens during that time, especially during that night, we become so sensitive about everything that is happening with us, especially during the day. And we are talking about during the entire year, what are the events that have taken place, which is making us kind of vulnerable. Our self trust breaks. We can't really imagine to trust ourselves. We tend to go into the zone of self doubting our own potentials, our own capacities, our own capabilities because of few sentences that we have heard all throughout. And that is nothing but enters us into overthinking. Now, what really happens? Same conversation goes on in your mind. Why did this person say me this? Why this person was not sensitive enough to speak with me with more kindness? Why? What did I do? And most of the time, the people who hurt us most are the people whom we love the most. And that's the reason those conversations tend to replay in our minds. I don't know how many of you will agree, but if you can just give me a thumbs if you agree with the statement. Some people are slow processors. When I say slow processors, they are kind of the people you have had the conversation few days ago, but you start thinking about those conversations multiple times during the week. Anybody like that here? Slow processor, immediately react नहीं होता, immediately resonate नहीं होता, लेकिन 2-3 दिन के बाद सब कुछ याद आ जाता है. Anyone here? If you can just tell me that you can just raise your hand that probably this happens with me. A slow processor. Literally, 3 among 10 people, they are slow processors. In this manner, what really happens? They are whatever they are listening, they're just listening. They are selective listening. जो सुनना है वही सुन रहे हैं. Due to which they are not able to resonate with what the context is going on. But later on, they try to connect the dots and they try to connect the context and they take everything personally. This is nothing but called slow processing of the conversations that have held in the past. What happens then? Well, this disturbs our sleep patterns. We become highly restless, we become highly disturbed, we become highly agitated about everything and anything. शाम के टाइम पे फोन मत करियो. If you are going to give me a call, I'll be like very angry because my energy is drained and I'm just pushing myself physically, emotionally, and mentally to perform. And during that time, if somebody calls you, that time you are very, very sensitive. And if you start conversing about some topics, those are very touching to you or those are very hurtful to you, that time that gets you into the zone of overthinking. During this time, your head also becomes a little bit heavy, due to which your decision making tends to fail you. I hope I am able to connect with you. If you all are with me, can you just give me some sort of reaction so that I will understand that we are on the same page? Because today it is very important. There is one complete video of 1 hour, 15 minutes, wherein is everything about overthinking. You can go ahead and check that as well after we finish because it's really going to help you out. I'm just going to go ahead because there are few chats that have been opened up, and thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. Okay, now what really happens now? The challenge part, because I know that overthinking is there, ma'am. Agreed. I know that sleep patterns have been fixed. My biological clock, my the clock that goes on with the age as well. That's what is called the biological clock for a man and even for a woman, because of which they perform in differently in every phase and every age of their life as well. But at the same time, to understand the night cycle, we also need to know the body clock. What is my body clock? And I have to decide to, in a way, program my body clock. How should I program my body clock? The best thing that you can do is, if you really want to improve your sleep patterns, remember one thing: eat minimum 2 to 2.5 hours before your sleep time. The best time to sleep is from almost 10 to 10:30 p.m. to probably 5 a.m. I always believe waking up before sunrise really activates your brain cells and helps you function better. It also takes care of the early signs of dementia. If at all in your family there are people who are losing their memory, there is a great possibility that we also will have to go with that same process. But to delay that process, if you improve your sleep cycle, it is going to really help you out. So today's challenge is about doing one promise to yourself and keeping that promise for 24 hours. Just one promise. What that promise could be. It could be literally anything because that will build your trust on yourself. How are we going to do that? Let's see. You have to choose one small promise for the next 24 hours. Okay. And you have to be highly intentional while completing that promise. It could be the smallest thing in the world. For the whole day, for 20 next 24 hours, I will not consume any sort of sodas. I will not consume any kind of caffeine. Any tiny small promise that you can do to yourself. Once you do that and you have that proper positive intention for it, after completing those 24 hours, the best thing that you can say and that you are going to say tomorrow evening, because tomorrow evening is the last day of our challenge. I did what I said I would. मैंने जो कहा था वो मैंने किया है, because your body will start relying on you, relying on your word. This will not only help you as a person to make a difference in your life, but it will also help you to be more reliable for others as well. You'll be like, okay, yaar, I can rely on you. I know that I can trust you. This one promise. How many of you are going to give that promise for 24 hours? Anything, literally anything, for next 24 hours. One small promise. Because you really have to do. If we want to do this challenge, it has to be practically taken care. Only then it is going to work for us. Well, I would like to have reactions. मुझे रेज ऑफ हैंड्स के रिएक्शंस दे दो कि आप करने वाले हो ये. एंड इट इज नेसेसरी. थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक यू चैत्रा. थैंक यू ओमकार. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. You really need to do this, okay? If you do it, you will see the great shift. Just 24 hours of relying yourself, trusting your instincts is going to change the way you look at yourself. Thank you so much. What will this do to me? Hmm, I am learning to trust myself. This challenge is nothing about, but I'm learning to trust myself. When my clients come to me for counseling, especially, they always say, we can do anything, but I cannot trust myself. I'm not consistent enough. I don't know if I can give up on this particular food. I don't know. Nothing but you're doubting yourself, due to which the trust issues tend to emerge as well. That's the reason I'm really requesting you all. This particular challenge, today's challenge, even though it is a little bit on the harder range, still 24 hours of promise to yourself can change your belief system on yourself. I hope that we are going in a right direction. Madam, what will this do to my sleep cycle? You will start believing that if I want to sleep at night, I know I can make myself sleep at night. That's how this challenge tends to work. If I want to do something and if I decide, because your trust factor has increased so much on yourself, now you know exactly, fine, I know that I'm going to do it. Nobody has to tell me that what I need to do it for myself because I'm doing this for my self-care. I'm doing this for my self-worth. I'm doing it because I really want to have a healthy lifestyle overall. I'm opening now for questions. For next 7 to 8 minutes, I'm going to open this for questions because the questions are something that have really opened all of us, connecting each of us in very different facets of our life. Okay, the questions need not to be about you. It could be about your friend. It could be about someone that you know. It could be about your family member as well. Okay, you don't even have to mention that. But if you ask that question, probably one of the person who is participating right now is going to be very, very. Thank you, Omkar. I'm going to take your questions. I'm taking Omkar's question for. Hmm. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for that insight. I'm so proud of you. Wonderfully mentioned. Uh, you know what? I'll just share that. If you are okay, Omkar, I would love to share that with everyone. You know, this because Omkar is here and he's been trying to add small good habits, small changes, like not eating sugar, no phone in first 2 to 3 hours, and last 2 to 3 hours before sleep and after you wake up. Wonderful. Everything was going right this time, but again, after some time, habits slowly are breaking. You know, one thing you have at least started. Now, what to do? The best thing, Omkar, to go ahead and get started, one thing is that don't go for extreme changes. Let's make small changes. 2 to 3 hours in the morning and 2 to 3 hours at night. Let's make it 15 minutes. For 15 minutes in the morning, don't take up your phone. For 15 minutes at night before going to bed, don't take your phone. Do those 15 minutes of changes for minimum 8 days. I promise you, you will be consistent for 8 days. 15 minute किसी को भी जमता है. I think you agree with this. Okay. After that, after 8 days, go for 20 minutes for 4 days. After 4 days, go for 30 minutes. Whenever we try to make a great shift in our habits, that time what happens? We tend to create the conflict between our bodies and between our habits. Our body is something that adapts things slowly and steadily. You know, since last few days, probably since last few weeks, in South Maharashtra, it has been the coldest. I mean, I have used all my sweaters and all my jackets. But for the body to adapt to the different weather conditions, it takes time. There were many people in South Maharashtra who were getting sick. Reason being, it was very cold. The temperatures went down almost till 13 or 12 degrees at times. Please remember, for making your body and making your brain to adapt to new changes, make them as small as possible and reward yourself. You know what? I did it. If you start doing this, this is my word. Within 20 days, you will see the shift in your habits for sure. Thank you. Okay, another question. Mm, Okay. Okay, the question is, I wake up tired and how to deal with it? It's like my mind didn't sleep at all. Perfectly fine. This is nothing but the clear case of anxiety and overthinking. Clear case of overthinking. Trust me, believe it or not. The best thing that you can do is before going to bed, if you can have half cup of milk. If you are comfortable with that, half cup of milk. Milk really helps you to calm down and cools your body, even though you are going to have warm milk, but it cools your body, winds you down. Winding down is very important. Before going to bed, try not to have any screen time. If you avoid the screen time and read minimum 2 pages, if you start reading 2 pages every single night, your brain will slowly calm down and you'll be able to rest properly. One more question I would like to ask is after you go to sleep, do you wake up in the middle of the night? Because if you wake up in the middle of the night, you tend to have disturbed sleep patterns. And if you have disturbed sleep patterns, it really changes a whole lot of things. So the best thing that we can do is make sure that you eat your dinner minimum 2 hours before you go to bed. This is one. Secondly, no screen time, minimum for 30 to 40 minutes before you go to bed. Lastly, do not have any heavy conversations with the people who trigger you most before you go to bed. If you start doing this, within 5 to 6 days, you will start feeling the difference in your sleep patterns. Okay. At the same time, last but not the least, make sure you check the levels of B12 and D3 in your blood. If you can do that as well, and then we can connect one on one for sure. I hope I have answered your question, even though the answer was a little bit longer, but I hope it will help you out. Yes, I would love to take one more question or something that you have felt after this because tomorrow we are meeting a little bit early. I would like to meet you all just 5 to 7 minutes early. I will be online at 7:15, but if you can come a little bit early because tomorrow is the last day of our challenge and we would like to communicate with each other and we will get enough time to communicate as well. So if it is possible, can you give me a thumbs or maybe in the group you can say that you will be there a little earlier than what we usually do. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Okay, perfectly fine. I have a list of work in mind which is must to do, but I don't feel to do any of the work. Feel like short of energy and enthusiasm. Okay, I just love your name. It's iPhone name. So iPhone. I'll just call you iPhone. I like that name. Okay. The thing is that if at night you're listing out the works, then you're messing up your brain because you're activating your brain. You don't want to activate your brain. You want to calm down your brain. If you want to calm down your brain, that time it is not about task at hand. It is more about task that I completed that is going to slow you down, that is going to calm you down. So please do not make lists of work at night before going to bed. Even if it is for tomorrow, you can make the list probably at 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m., but not before going to bed. It really messes up the brain's waves to think straight because you're activating and you really want to start working a lot with full energy. And then you will not be able to sleep. That's for sure. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Chaitra. Thanks a lot. Okay, fine. The reason that we tend to get into the overthinking mode due to which our confidence just depletes, the reason for that is because we feel that we are not capable enough to present our point effectively. And we get into the self-judgment mode. Because we are entering into the self-judgment mode, we are not able to accept that I can trust myself. Chaitra, if I am not able to trust myself, how in the world I can accept that people will trust me? Okay. About overthinking, there is the entire video that is public in my YouTube channel. You can just go ahead and you can check the entire video. And if you have any questions on overthinking, I would again love to answer all those questions in the group itself. Okay. Or even you can connect me personally. Thank you very much. This was the last question. I hope you have enjoyed today's session and you're going to take the 24 hours challenge to make only one promise to yourself and keep that promise for 24 hours. Okay, I'm looking forward and I'm going to send you the worksheet in the in your WhatsApp group and you're going to check it out and you'll also get the video because many of them they have a lot of annual functions and different functions going on. So that's the reason they have not been able to attend live, but they have been attending the recording for sure. After doing the recording, they go ahead with the worksheet. 24 hours, promise. All the best for it. I'm so proud of you all that you are doing amazing and lovely questions again. Tomorrow, I would love for you, if it is possible for you, to just come on screen only for 5 minutes because I would love to see you face to face. Okay? And just for tomorrow, please remember to come a little bit early than what our regular timing is. Our regular timing is 7:30. But for tomorrow, if you can come by 7:20 or 7:17, that will also be fine. Okay. Looking forward for tomorrow's session once again. Thank you very much. I'm so proud of you all. And if you still want to add any comment, I am still here for another 2 to 3 minutes and then we can exit. I have got wonderful, wonderful reviews about, ma'am. Thank you very much for 20 minutes thing. Because 20 minutes we can really arrange. If it is for 1 hour, 2 hours, we can't. We can't really make it because it's too much for us. So once again, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And we are going to meet tomorrow at 7:17 for sure. Take care, enjoy, and see you soon. Bye bye. Thank you very much. Really appreciate for your hearts and for your love, for your participation. Amazing, amazing. It takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of time to come here live, and I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. So see you soon. Have a beautiful evening ahead. Tomorrow is our last day for our 5 days challenge, so don't miss it. Going to be amazing. Bye bye.